morning. How are you? Yes, we supposed to be on at 7 o'clock. Guess what? I don't feel like it, and I'm going to bed at 7:30. So guess what? We on right now. Anyway, happy Tuesday. Tonight we're discussing Master Mercedes. I'm Katrina, the author of the book Crave. Pick me a small drink. I had a long day. You have no clue. Nisha's not here, but me and Nisha have been on the phone. She's working behind the scenes. Okay, so I hope you're having a good day. So tonight we're discussing Master Mercedes. Okay. So I had a long day. I went to this place that I go to every day. They pay me. But anyway, so I did that and then I had to run some errands and then I cooked dinner and then there's a situation with our dishwasher. I can't. So we got to call the repairman. There was just water sitting in there. And I'm like, why is the water just sitting there like that? But anyway, so I have to call the repairman. I'll do that tomorrow. Cleaned it up, took a shower, and I said, you know what? It's been a long day. I'm gonna go. I said, because let me tell you, something, I wasn't gonna do it because that place I was at, I was there a little late today. So Carnisha was like, husband working late, I'm working late. I'm like, okay, I wasn't gonna do it, but I said, you know what? I'm rolling. So plus I put the flyer out. I put the flyer out, and the flyer said we was gonna be on at 7 o'clock. But guess what? Sister girl tired, and I plan on going to bed at 7:30. So today is Tuesday. So I think Chicago Fire is on Ion. Yeah. I plan on being in bed at 7:30. I'm so sorry I will not make live tonight at 7. So we're gonna do it right now at 5:54. So we're talking about Master Mercedes. Has my book behind me. Pick it up. My girls available everywhere. So Master Mercedes. How many of us is in a relationship and we're going through something with someone, but we don't want to tell our family because they will judge us and our relationship. And a lot of times you don't want to tell your family because you're not sure if you're going to leave them. So, how do we handle that? Do we tell? Do we have that one person that won't judge us? And we can just tell how we feel, and what we're going through without being forced to leave the person? But do we really want to leave the person? Do Mercedes really want to leave Master or she don't? That's a good question. Let me fill in my shirt. That's a good question. A lot of times we don't tell what we're going through because we don't know if we're going to leave that person. We sitting here and we're doing all this stuff, all the things this person is doing to, like Mercedes, all the things he's doing to her, calling her names and beating on her, whipping on her, and just treating her so bad. And then she has to check in and she has to, you know, uh, talk about her day to him, but she can't mention ever being around a man, but she work around men, you know. So even down to the abuse that she's dealing with, I think is bananas. Um, Also, how do we tell that one person we love what we're going through? How do we do that? Like, because then if you decide to stay with them, okay, so we have a little event at the house, and then he kicked me in my stomach, and but I love him, and he's still around. And how do you stop this one person? Let's just say Trina. She tell Trina everything that's going on, and how does she tell Trina that she loves him and she's staying with him? And she's supposed to come to the cookout and give him a hug, like, "Hey, fam," knowing that she will feel some type of way because you're hurting her friend. So who do we run to? Who do we talk to about our situation? Can we tell anybody? Because you still want him liked at the cookout, correct? You still want him to, you know, hang around the family and play with the kids like he a good person and catch the ball and knowing he beating you behind at night. How do we deal with that? What would you do? But you also let this man do this. But you got to watch that too, because I seen this long time ago, and I, I took classes at John Hopkins long time ago, and I used to read the bulletins and the studies and stuff like that they would do on different things, and just like bottled water, never drink ice bottled water; it's not good for you. Anyway, so it was a study they did on DV, and a lot of women would say that I'm trying to fix that. Look at that. Let's get that fixed. A lot of women would say, I'm losing weight, so my clothes a little big, but it's okay. That they, if the man don't beat them, if they're so used to getting beaten on, and then he just magically stops, they will push for argument, push for something to provoke him, because if they don't beat on them, they don't love them. So, how do we get to that point where as though that stops? So if he don't beat on you, you think that he don't love you and he beating on somebody else and she loving it and she like, that's my bae, that's my pound cake, that's my pudding. No, that's a mental thing because you're getting so used to getting beaten on that eh, it messes with your mind, I guess. I don't know. But with the study, it was just like, abuse is addictive. And I was like, wow, why would you get used to getting a black eye? That's not cute, you know? But that's the love language for some women, which Lord knows I would never want to understand that. Even men. Do you think men get beat on? Abused, far as words. I saw this, I'm gonna jump off topic a little bit. I saw this podcast and this guy was like, he was tired of being a provider. No, he said, no, I'm wrong. He said he would not be a provider for his family. Like, he don't want, well, he doesn't have a family. Let me get it right. He doesn't have a family, but he don't want to be the provider for his family. So you would think sometimes when I'm gonna just kind of mix the two a little bit. So do you think that like if he is being I'm frozen? Really? Can you see me? My husband's watching. He said I was frozen. Okay. Should I keep going? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm gonna keep going because he's not replying. Am I still frozen? All right. So if he's the provider and maybe he's getting tired of paying the bills and doing this and doing that, do you think men get tired of being in charge? So I asked my husband, do you ever get tired of being the provider? Because he takes very good care of me. I didn't go front. No, my home. My home is gorgeous. Do you get tired of being a provider? He said, no, because that's what men do. It's like, no. Um, so what is Master thinking? What is Master going through? Whereas though he's doing these things to Mercedes and she's accepting it. Maybe she's scared she's going to lose him, but she's so used to being in his web. But you got to remember, Mercedes was this boss chick, you know. So I'm not sure. Wait, dude said I'm frozen. What? Okay, can we text him real quick? I'm gonna text him. There ain't nobody watching anyway. Oh, he back. Husband, what are you doing? Anyway, so Mercedes was a boss in her own world, and then he came along. He watched her. He pursued her, and some of us might think it's cute, but when he gets to the point where he is taking over her life and she's not telling nobody. So at some point, we need to tell people what we're going through. We got to find that one person you can trust. The question is, who is the one person you can trust? Now, of course, I've told you about my lady. She's not here anymore. God rest her soul. But she was my lady. And mama knew everything. Okay. She knew everything from the time I got off work, from the time I got home, where I was at, vacation, when my plane landed. She was everywhere. I was everywhere. That means she was everywhere. She knew my every move. And look, and when I would get off the plane and I didn't call her, I got to the hotel. Oh my God, I'm running the streets. When she said Katrina and said my whole name, I knew I was in trouble, honey. So who is that one person? And with her, I could tell like anything that I'm going through. She knew everything. So who is that one person we can go to and say, hey, I'm going through this. I need help. What should I do? Because this man is beating me, hurting me, but I don't want to leave him. Do you just go to a therapist because um, a therapist, won't judge you? They're there to listen, give you a little advice, mainly to listen. Um, so, how do we handle that? How do we handle being? How do we handle being? Hmm? That was me checking my. Because he said I'm frozen, but then he never said anything. That's that boost phone he got. Boop, boost. Anyway, so I'm checking this real quick. So give me a minute. I'm sorry. I know it's so unprofessional, but it's okay. Anyway, so how do we handle being with someone that's hurting us and we don't have nobody to talk to? So my main thing tonight is who is that person you can go to and tell them that you're going through XYZ and but you still want him around. You still want him at the picnic. You still want him to come to the family wedding, but he's hurting you. No family member is going to sit there and endure all the things he's doing to you and be okay with it. So what do we do? What do we do? For example, when I was dating him long time ago, long before my husband, my son, um, the things he was doing, it was not cool. But I never had anybody to talk to. Who do I talk to? What do I do? Because family, let me tell you something. There's a difference between family and relatives, and Mr. G always say, my husband. We can't trust. You think you can trust your family if you want, you're a fool. Now you got some family members that's ride or die right by your side, but you got them family members that will sit there. Because one time I came back to drop some keys off, and I was talked about something terrible. Didn't even know I was standing there, honey. Oh, yeah, yeah. So gotta be cautious with the family thing. But you don't want to tell your family your business and all that kind of stuff too. But you want that one person that you know that's loyal when you're not in the room. Those people are hard to find. They're really hard to find because people will call you, get on the phone with you, laugh, kick it, kick it, kick it. Oh my goodness, stomach hurting, crying, laughing. Can't take it no more. All that, and we'll get on the phone with somebody else and talk about you like a dove. Prime example, I was hosting a bedroom candy party. I had two parties on one night coming from Delaware to Maryland, hustling, rolling. Okay, me and my assistant. I understand, husband. I said that. That's why they relatives and not family. Look at husband hustling. So I come from one party in Delaware, making money, good, bam. Get to the next party. Where you at? Where you at? Why you keep calling me, ma'am? Why are you calling me? You don't know how to host, entertain your guests before I get there? I need you to entertain them because I already told you I had a party booked. I'm coming from Delaware. We're not driving reckless, getting in no accident. You understand what I'm saying? We're not doing that. And when you get to a point where somebody's rushing you and doing things that get them babe. Hey babe. My babe. Hmm, okay. He made me forget my train of thought. Anyway. So one party to another party. I'm hustling, da da da. And I know, and this is family. I'm hosting, well, somewhat family. I'm hosting a party or whatever. I'm being talked about something terrible. Then when I get there, they don't want to play the games. You don't want to play the games? Why am I here? I left a party making money to come sit in this bullshit. We passing toys around, they jumping, clutching their pearls like that, and everybody got a key. Ah, what is that? What is? What do you do with that? How many kids you got, man? Don't act like you ain't never swing from the chandelier before. Anyway, but that's what I'm talking about. Supposed to be cool with you, supposed to be family, but of course they're not family. They're relatives, you know. So it's nothing worse than think you're cool with somebody and they're talking behind your back and really can't stand you. But these are the people that say they love you, honey. You gotta watch that too. So when they say they love you, you still gotta watch the fact that, you know, telling your business. We're going back to telling your business with Master Mercedes. Who does she tell that this man is doing this to her? Trina has an idea that he's doing this to her uh, when, oh, I can't give you none of the book. Unless, well, no, buy the book. Anyway, so she has an idea of what's going on with her and how does she, and why is she doing this? How are you dealing with this? And she said, because she loved him. So when she say that, Trina knows that she's not leaving them. So Trina still have to go to dinner with him, act like she likes him, even though he's hurting her. If that makes sense, you know? Who wants to see their friend hurt? Nobody. Whether it's friend, family, whatever you want to be close to. But at the same time, who do you tell that you're going through the situation? Who is your go-to person? That's my question for you tonight with Krave. Who is your go-to person? Who do you go to when you need help? That's a good question. Who do we go to? If you're not married, now some people they can't even talk to their spouse, believe it or not. You know my spouse, everything. They can tell them everything. I don't think I'm hiding nothing. No. If you heard our phone conversation about a half an hour ago, you're like, what the, you know. But anyway, so that's my question for you. Who do you go to when you're being mistreated in a relationship? How do you deal with it? Why do you endure it? See, and that's the thing about Craig. We ask questions, we have open dialogue, and you don't have to tell your business. You can just sit there and take it all in, play the games, have some fun, enjoy your Katrina experience because it's a hell of an experience. I'm not going to keep you long because I'm going to bed at 7:30. But I'll be back in the morning with a cup of coffee, not this, for world news Wednesdays with Katrina, Craig, whatever you want to call me. Anyway, so have a wonderful evening. Uh, hit the like button, purchase the book, join if you like, be a part of my Crave family. Master Mercedes party is coming up soon. I'll open dialogue with our special guests. I'll have a flyer made soon. I'll put it on my page. BK Sweets Night. Hit that page, hit the like button. Have a wonderful evening and find out who is your go to person that will not judge you in any situation you're in. We all have to have one, no matter what. I can even say, big brother, tell him stuff too. His advice ain't good, but it's all right. Anyway, so we got to have a go to person. We got to have somebody that's close to us that won't judge us. Find that person where you can spill your heart, and then you don't have to worry about it being on Channel 13 News live, okay? Because they do that. They just get on the phone and tell, girl, anybody got time for that? Empty broke bitches. Anyway, have a wonderful evening. Hit the like button. Good night.